We've surged thousands of troops into the region, and we have to remember that while this most recent attack by Iran against Israel brought defensive measures from a couple of U.S. destroyers, it was airmen and sailors who helped to knock down a couple of hundred drones and rockets from Iran back in April. So we do have to acknowledge the fact that there are American service members who are potentially in harm's way in our effort to defend Israel. This is why we're so worried about a wider war.
Bloomberg had a great map north to south on the Iranian border of where various and sundry targets are. From your sources at Balance of Power, what is the Pentagon considering in assisting Israel, or have they just said, get out of our way?
I think it's more get out of the way here, Tom. I don't think you're going to see the U.S. take part in an attack on Iran. But what form that attack will take remains a big question. People are assuming that we're talking about ballistic missiles, maybe some sort of ground incursion. But let's remember Stuxnet 20 years ago, almost at this point, Tom, could there be a cyber component to this that would allow Iran to say, hey, nothing happened here, they barely laid a glove on us, but in fact could instill some real damage if they tried again to attack, for instance, the centrifuges in their nuclear program. Getting to those bunkers deep underground and deep under mountains with munitions is a much taller order.
Joe, to what extent is the White House, the administration, frustrated, perhaps, that they don't have more influence on Netanyahu? He seems to be just kind of ignoring any and all calls for moderation over the last,
I'd say that's
several months.
It's probably a 10 out of 10 here, Paul. I don't know if the White House has any influence right now. The deteriorating relationship between Joe Biden and Benjamin Netanyahu has been widely noted, and weekly calls for restraint have not been heard. That's why we're on the precipice here, and a very concerned White House. If this coincides with our election in November, that's where Tom Keene started. We've got problems.